Good evening, gentlemen. Your briefly may now begin.
Welcome back to another episode of Gentlemen's Briefly. These are, the episodes where we talk about things we don't normally get to talk about on the normal feed. My name is Jordan. Hopefully you know my voice. If not, that's who I am. And today I am joined by another member of the league. Who are you?
It's me. It's Spencer. Y'all knew that. Well, you may not have known that. Based on the title of the episode, you definitely knew that. But,
Yeah. And there was no better person to grab to do this episode with. I mean, there we have a lot of people in our anime community actually in our Facebook group. But, I didn't choose them this time. I chose my boy Spencer. And today we're going to have a little bit of fun with anime. And let me preface this. We're going over some of our favorites, but of course, this list, is always ever changing. Uh Today is one thing, tomorrow it could be another. Um, what do you think, Spencer? Is this an ever-changing list?
oh yeah. Like deciding on these was difficult because there were so many options, and yeah, it just depends on the day.
Yeah. Honestly, that moment. I mean, you literally can change your mind at any moment about this.
hmm And I have who I'm picking, but like that could be like I could make some audible, some game time changes, like anything could happen.
Yeah. So, today we are going to talk about our favorites in certain categories. So we have the male category, the female category, the non-human or humanoid category. We have a non-superpowered category, and then we have a favorite move. Um, what do we say? We'll pick in the same order.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, without further ado, let's get into it. So, for the first category, favorite male. For me, I went with one of the as biggest characters really to come out within like the last past, 3 years. And I had to go with the blindfold man himself, Gojo. Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen has become quickly one of my favorite characters of all time. He's just such a cool character, very powerful character. And honestly, it's like for this anime to just come out, this manga to just come out, within the last 3 to 5 years, it's really, moved up on the charts. It's really made a footprint within anime. What you think, Spencer?
I like it. I Jujutsu Kaisen is one of those where I know some things, but I have not sat down and watched it yet.
Oh, you are missing out.
I know. You're not the first person to tell me that. There are too many shows, so I will get to it at some point. There are just too many shows.
I get that. I get that. All right. Who you got?
It should come as no surprise. I have talked about this man on multiple occasions, but I'm absolutely going to go with Itachi from Naruto. Itachi is one of my favorite characters. I'm not gonna say he's my favorite, but he's one of my favorite characters across media. Like I love Itachi. Itachi's too much. Um, I've said that Itachi takes like Batman's level of planning and kicks it up to an anime level. Like it's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
So yeah, Itachi is too much.
Not only that, I mean, he has Batman's intelligence and freaking doubles it, I feel like, and then the power that he has is nuts.
Yeah, and then he was born into a powerful clan who can do a bunch of shit. And so, he just kind of woke up cold, but also he was elite in that family. He's one of the many child geniuses to the point where, like, as a child, they had him assassinate all the rest of them.
Yeah,
And the fact that he was able to execute that is impressive. And yeah, there's just yeah, he's too much.
I agree. Probably in the Uchiha clan is probably has the best eyes in anime, I would make an argument for. Like the way the eyes change or the way the eyes look.
Yeah,
Like I would argue like those are some of the best eyes in anime.
I would agree. Um, yeah, the Sharingan, it's got a lot of options. And yeah, you can they're yeah, all the MS abilities, Mangekyo Sharingan, all that, like it gets real dumb real quick. And then yeah, like you can have different abilities in each eye.
Yeah.
And yeah. And because the story had to happen, Sasuke got real dumb as far as like what he was able to do and all that, yada yada. Nobody care about Sasuke. Um,
No, for I agree. Except for probably all the fangirls who probably care about him.
yeah, whatever. Ain't nobody worried about him.
Okay. So for my favorite female character, mind you, this changes all the time. But I will go with Android 18.
Oh.
Android 18 is, to me, she's definitely one of the best female characters across Dragon Ball Z. And is anybody actually more powerful than her? Like, trying,
I mean, I assume that she's not the strongest, but
oh, well, we got like the Saiyan girls now. They're probably
oh,
stronger.
as far as like females in Dragon Ball Z, yeah, she's a contender. Um,
Cause like I'm trying to think of any, like we got the ones from Super, the one
yeah,
who, got those two.
yeah.
Outside of that, I mean, she's handling Chi-Chi, obviously. She's handling
I mean, yeah, like I don't think
Videl.
there's not a lot of discussion as far as uh, you know, powerful female characters in Dragon Ball Z.
Now, do ZBD DBZ need to do better?
I mean, I think that speaks to the time period a little bit. Um, but probably. And because I mean they did add the two Kefla
Yeah, I can't remember the other one name.
and yeah, them Broly twins. Yeah.
Yeah. The Broly
Because
twins. Yeah.
they were serious. Some people would argue Frieza.
I never understood the argument that Frieza was a female. I mean, I get it, like the voice, I get it, but like the mannerisms itself, like I was like, oh, that's a male.
Okay.
You think Frieza's a female?
No. I
Oh,
mean obviously not, but uh when I think of Frieza's mannerisms, I sometimes am like, yeah, I see how we got there.
well, yeah, sometimes,
Sometimes.
sometimes, yeah,
Not always, but yeah, sometimes I'm like, yeah. But yeah, no, I've always known Frieza was a dude, even
yeah.
in Frieza's like little tiny, like super tiny form.
Oh, I guess they did make another new female character that came out in that video game, and the new android.
The pink one,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like the Majin Buu android, like type character. I think it's 21 or 22. I don't know, one of them.
yes, that is a thing that happened.
So maybe they are trying to do better. Maybe they are.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure.
All right, what you got?
But Android 18 is a great choice. Android 18, in my opinion, has one of the most iconic moments whenever she kicked Vegeta in his arm.
Oh, and broke it.
Yeah, like that was great. Like the first time I saw it, I was like, that was crazy.
And you know what's crazy? Like people in Dragon Ball Z take all kind of powerful hits. They never break anything
Mm-hmm.
until she
She
did.
she
Yeah,
shattered his shit. Um, so yeah, that's yeah, okay. Um, for female character, I went with Merlin from the Seven Deadly Sins.
oh, nice. Oh, I forgot about her.
Yeah, Merlin is absolutely my favorite sin. Merlin is my favorite character in that show. Merlin is too much. Merlin, of course, she's got magic, sorcery, wizardry, whichever of those she has. Uh, yeah, magic, and because of that, she's too much.
Dude, she's so powerful.
Yeah, like she is a problem. And so yeah, like that was I love Merlin. Merlin's one of those characters like she can't really cook like she needs to because she could just end things
Right.
without it being a problem. Like she doesn't really like physically fight. She just like just does shit, and then it's over.
You know,
So
you mentioned she's a problem. She is also very problematic because her costume makes no sense.
that's
Like,
okay.
that is strictly fan
Yeah,
service.
why are you bothering wearing clothes if
The
you're just
like
gonna?
you literally out here some pantyhose, some panties, and like
And the
a
panties are
bra.
low,
Yeah, a
like,
low cut.
and yeah, like how you like. I feel like Merlin has sleeves, but her titties are out.
Yeah,
Like,
bro, that makes no sense at all.
yeah, but doesn't matter. She's too much.
Yeah. But wait, so okay.
And then also,
We'll
what makes that weird is I think her like actual body is that of a child.
yes. I
So
remember they
she,
went through like that whole thing. Also,
yeah, so
Seven Deadly Sins
she
is
uses magic to keep herself looking right, but whenever she doesn't use magic, then yeah, it's weird.
I just want to throw out there, Seven Deadly Sins started off so good, and then it fell off hard. They messed up big time.
Yeah,
Okay.
it wasn't it never yeah it never had that same yeah I agree.
Okay. So for my non-human or humanoid character, I have two, but I'm gonna go ahead and go with one. Um, I'm gonna go with War Greymon from Digimon.
Okay.
This was a little tough for me because I wanted to go with my other choice, but like I said, any moment can be changed. Uh, yeah, man, War Greymon, like seeing him for the first time, kind of Digivolve from Metal Greymon, it was such an amazing experience, and I thought his design is like so cool. Like he has on the armor, then he has on the huge claws, and just like the gold, like I just the look and the design of him was like raw. And then of course he had access to the Terra Nova, which was very reminiscent of the Spirit Bomb.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh, that is such a cool character. Um, More recently in some of the anime, like his appearances, he become like super huge. And when I say super huge, like size of a building huge, like he was massive. And then other times you'll see him like real small, which is crazy, like when one of the kids can like sit on his shoulders. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go with War Greymon as my non-humanoid character.
Okay. All right. I didn't realize they were still like currently making Digimon.
Yeah, they had a new show that was last year came out, and then they had the reboot actually for the original show came out in 2020. They rebooted it, and I think it's coming to Cartoon Network. I'm pretty sure like either it's already happened or it's about to happen because they've already cast everybody.
Okay. All right. For my non-human, I went with Meruem from Hunter x Hunter,
Oh yeah,
who is technically a chimera ant, but was made possible by eating humans. Um, I mean, just woke up the most powerful being that that world had seen.
didn't even have to
Uh,
do anything.
yeah, just again, just woke up that way. And that's how the chimera ants like function. But yeah, like he can all the things. Super strength, super speed, super intelligent, super agility, super everything, and then also the hunter power system of Nin, like it's stupid.
Yeah,
So yeah, and in the show, like he wasn't evil necessarily.
you just didn't
Like
know.
yeah, like he just kind of existed. Like he was a neutral chaotic.
Yeah, it's like yeah, he didn't do anything evil, didn't do anything good. He just literally existed, and
And
if
all the
circumstances
people,
happen.
yeah, all the people were like, no, we got to get rid of that.
Yeah,
We got to do something about that. And I'm like, I see why you had to do something about that. But yeah, like when he called the little blind girl to play the game with him and he just couldn't beat her.
bro, that was actually kind of funny. Like he was
They're
like,
like,
bro, what is going on?
he was like, what the fuck is what? How's what? And yeah, he was fascinated by her because he couldn't beat her. And so she made sure he wasn't bored.
Yeah, that was actually pretty impressive. That was actually beautiful because didn't at the end, did he win? Did he finally win at the end or no?
I don't think he did. I don't think he ever beat her.
Because I remember the building, like all that got destroyed. Was she? No, she was sad to see him die, right?
I think so. And I thought she died.
Okay, did they die together?
I think so. I feel
Okay.
like they did.
So it's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah, I remember
Same.
there was like it was like a thing where for them, like yeah, I think they both did die, and I just remember her being incredibly sad. But either way,
Yeah.
yeah, man, he was a problem. Like at that point, he went against the old man who was Netero.
Netero, yeah.
Yeah, that was a great fight.
Yeah, it was. And
Um,
so yeah, that whole thing. That was so yeah, Miriam. And I said his name wrong for a long time. Like I kept calling him Miriam
yeah,
because I was switching the U and the E,
I mean, I don't
but
blame him. I did the same thing.
yeah, like Miriam, I think is what it is. So yeah.
I will
And
say,
Meruem, like whenever I saw Meruem, I was like, did they just freeze Frieza? Did
that
they
is so
just
fun.
use Frieza and
I
Cell?
was literally about to say, I was about to comment about his design looking just like that.
Yeah, like he's just Frieza and Cell combined.
Yeah, that is so funny. We literally said the same thing.
Yeah,
But yeah, only thing I didn't really like was his helmet, was his head looking helmet. But then now I think about it, maybe he's a combined ant, like a worker, so he has on a helmet. I don't know.
yeah,
Or I guess, yeah, I don't know. That's the only thing. I always thought his helmet was kind of weird, but the rest of him looks pretty cool.
yeah. I just thought like Cell has that like dome kind of thing on his head, and so that's just
Oh
like
yeah, I guess that could be what it is.
I get. I don't know if he was based on Cell and Frieza, but looking at him, he's based on Cell and Frieza, and so yeah, just kind of how Cell's head is shaped and being fused with Frieza, that's kind of how that would end up. And so I was like, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So for the non-superpowered character, I'm going with one of the characters that probably stole my heart after watching the show. And like when people ask me for like a show they want to watch, I recommend this one all the time, and I cannot wait for whenever they decide to drop season two. And I'm going with Boji from Ranking of Kings. And I feel like I've talked about this before, but like I cannot recommend this show enough. Boji is actually deaf and mute. Like he was literally born deaf and mute to basically a giant king. And he's just a small
Oh,
little
the little
boy.
guy. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my. Wait, did you watch the show?
No.
Oh my,
I just know
you have
some
to watch
things.
it. Yeah, you have to watch it. So like I found out about it because like it won a ton of awards at the Anime Awards. I think it was like 2020 or 2021. It cleaned up. And I was like, wait, what is this show that cleaned up? I watched it. I instantly fell in love with this character, man. He is just like such a kind-hearted character. And like he just wants the best for like his friends, his family, himself. Like he wants to be strong, but no one in the city or in the castle like cares about him. The only person that cares about him is his mom. And then he finally comes across like a little assassin shadow person. And man, when I tell you this guy, this is the show. I think this is probably the second show anime like I ever cried for. And I'm telling you, this show is just so beautiful. And then like he has no powers, but he learns to like be a great swordsman. And he has like a super tiny short sword I think it's called like toothpick or something. Like that's how small it is, but he is very
Yeah,
accurate
so he
with
be
it.
going to work with that thing.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Spencer, you have to watch the show. Like this is one I definitely recommend a lot of people.
Okay. Okay. For non-powered, I went with Mikasa from Attack on Titan.
I almost went there.
Mikasa is too much. Like, I love Mikasa. She is about fucking business. You want to talk about standing on business? That is Mikasa.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, she just kind of, I mean, and of course we find out that she's from a family that is like predisposed to greatness as far as like protecting somebody or being a warrior. But yeah, she's too much. She wakes up ready to go.
Did you
And
did you watch the finale? Like the end of it? Like you seen the whole thing?
I still haven't seen the last episode.
Okay. Okay. I was gonna ask you your feelings on it, but I know a lot
I
of people felt certain ways about it.
I've heard very mixed reviews on it. Very mixed. So I'll do it at some point. Since it's only the last episode I need to do, I will do it. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I will say, just throw it out there. I am on the fence of I did not mind the ending. Like I know a lot of people did not like the ending. I actually did not mind it at all. It was kind of beautiful, honestly.
Okay.
But yeah, Mikasa is like the ultimate protector. Like if somebody was like, "Yo, I need you somebody to protect Jordan," I'm like, "Yeah, go get Mikasa." I'm like, where's she at? Let me holler at her. But if we're in
Yeah.
the middle of the woods, I mean, not if we're in the like an open field, I might reconsider because like she need to use
Yeah.
her OD gear, whatever it's
She got to
called.
use the she got to have Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If we're in an open field, I might have to reconsider that.
But
But
I mean, she's still an Ackerman, so she can still get some stuff done.
yeah, yeah,
But
good choice, huh? Good choice. Okay, so for my final pick, and this is for the favorite move, and of course there are all kind of moves out there. But today I was definitely feeling this one, and it's funny we bring back to Seven Deadly Sins. I'm going with the full counter for Meliodas.
okay.
Like I remember seeing this, and he pulled out the little dragon dagger thing, and he first countered everything. Like he started countering everything. I was like, oh shoot. I was like, this dude can legit counter magic, swords, punching. Like he legit can counter anything with this little bitty sword. And I was like, oh yeah, this is dope. This is a dope one. Uh, what did you feel about the full counter?
I liked full counter. And it it was pretty standard. Like
Yeah,
it was just a move. It was his everyday move. And yeah, like he could use it in two ways. Like he could just reflect things, or he could take a bunch of damage and then like store it and then counter it back at people.
yeah,
So yeah, it was very useful, especially in that world.
yeah. And it's like you said, that is such a simple thing. It's like a simple counter, but I feel like he got to the point where he was able to counter anything.
Yeah.
And
So yeah,
so
it was like probably the most useful like move in that universe.
yeah. Who was your favorite
Merlin.
sin? Merlin? Mine's is definitely Escanor.
Yeah, I think most people's is Escanor or Bon.
Yeah, Bond was a little freaky. I don't know. That dude, yeah. I feel like he got some predator in him, which he did, but he definitely got some predator in him.
I mean, was she an adult
I
or
mean, technically it was like, technically she's adult, but I
yeah,
don't
it was
know.
still weird.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was weird. But okay. Um, well, for move, this may be a little unconventional, but I went with the dark magic attack from the Dark Magician
Ooh, okay.
in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because yeah, like whenever he just put his hand out and the screen would go negative, I was like, oh, that's fire. It would go negative and then shatter.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, that's too much.
I give you
That's
that one.
yeah, that's too much.
Oh, I'm kind of jealous now. I didn't think of a Yu-Gi-Oh character. I'm kind of jealous now.
Yeah, every time I saw it, I was like, that's fire. So I couldn't wait for him to pull out the Dark Magician.
That's hilarious. See, actually, I'm Blue Eyes White Dragon fan. I mean, I literally have the one right up there, and the move that he did. What is that called? Burst Stream? No.
I didn't know if any other moves had names because they only just attacked. Like they couldn't do like different attacks.
I'm trying. I know it had a name because in the card game, I think it was like Burst Stream or something. I don't remember what it was, but I used to like that move too. And Exodius Obliterate.
Yes. And I
But
didn't know if that was the name of the move or he was just saying
that's good.
obliterate.
Good point too.
But yeah, yeah, like but he would say Dark Magician use dark magic attack and then Yeah, I just see like Kaiba
Yeah, that's
inundated,
a
shattering.
good one. I like that. That was a really good pick. That was very non-conventional, but it is an attack, matter of fact.
So I will say, I think the card that I just liked, I loved Red Eyes. Um, in and this is so random, but the Flame Cerebrus or Cerberus,
Oh yeah, the
the
three-headed
Flame
fire dog.
Cerebrus. Yeah, I love that card, and I do not have an explanation as to why. But in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses, I have a deck built around that card, and I get a lot done with it. Like it is great. It's a good time. So yeah.
Um, okay. Before we recap, we'll do quick honorable mentions. I mean, I have a lot, but the ones I actually wrote down for non-humanoid characters, I had Koro Sensei from Assassination Classroom, which I talk about all the time. You got
Okay.
any more?
For non-human, of course, Piccolo.
Yeah.
Love, like, of course, Piccolo. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And then for favorite move, I mean, we talked about it a little bit before. Final Flash, like I like that attack a lot.
I uh I almost went with Wind Tunnel from Moroku from
Oh,
Inuyasha.
that's a good one too.
Because and what I liked about it was the fact that he couldn't just freely use it. Like every time he used it, it would eat him a little bit.
Yeah.
So he couldn't just wind tunnel everything. He had to be very careful.
And then is it Naraku? Like he would always be around, and then the damn poison bugs would get around him, and he got to put it up real fast.
Yep, because yeah, he can't take them bugs in, and so yeah, like I really like the wind tunnel.
Yeah. And then male character, of course, I had Goku, but I didn't want to pick Goku.
Yeah, I I had Itachi. Like I wasn't going any other direction, honestly.
Yeah.
Like what I thought about doing was using like because all my other things have an M in them, and so I was gonna use Madara just because all of them would have had an M. But I was like, I don't need it that bad. Itachi.
Gotcha. Well, that's it for my honorable mentions. You got any more before we recap?
Um, no, I don't think so. I think that was I mean, for non-powered, there were a lot of ways that could have gone. Um, but then I was like, well, because in like King and Ashura, for example, like, are those powers? Because the way they be fighting, but also, so I don't
Yeah.
know, but like I those are probably powers. The
Yeah.
way they be fighting,
I get
because
I
people would
get
be
that.
dead after going through some of that.
I did have Ash and Ty from Digimon and Pokemon, respectively.
Okay. And, I thought about because in Yu-Gi-Oh, like none of those people have powers. So
Right.
I like the first one that came to mind was Pegasus because Pegasus is just hilarious. But yeah, I definitely thought about that. So
Okay. Just to recap, so favorite male, I had Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. From favorite female character, I had Android 18 from Dragon Ball Z. Non-humanoid character, I had War Greymon from Digimon. Non-superpowered, I had Boji from Ranking of Kings. And favorite move is the full counter from the Seven Deadly Sins.
okay. For male character, I had Itachi Uchiha from Naruto. For female, I had Merlin from Seven Deadly Sins. For non-human, I had Meruem from Hunter x Hunter or Hunter x Hunter, depending on who you ask. I always call it Hunter x Hunter because I don't care. Non-powered, I had Mikasa from Attack on Titan. And for move, I had the Dark Magic Attack, Dark Magician from Yu-Gi-Oh!
So, if you would like to tell us your favorite, any of these characters, any of these categories, I mean, it's the characters, any of these categories, be sure and stop by our Facebook group, the League of Melanated Gentlemen podcast, and let us know what you like. Until then, see you later.
Excellent meeting, sirs, exquisite as always. The briefing is now adjourned.